one more time, the ISF Schools Wushu team. That was amazing stuff. Alright, well don't go anywhere, we're going to be back very shortly with the first of our finals. We have first up for you, the ladies, Sivasangari, Subramaniam, and Amina, Orfi. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, players are ready, but are you guys ready? One more time. Are you ready? This guy's ready. Okay. All right. Well, please, without further ado, help me welcome onto court the first of our finalists today. From Malaysia, Sivasangari Subramaniam. And her opponent from Egypt, Amina Orfi.
Well, welcome to the Hong Kong Football Club Open and its finals day, and it's Malaysia versus Egypt. Amina Orfi on the left-hand side, the number 4 seed of Egypt, the 16 years old superstar, up against Sivasangari Subramaniam, the 7 seed, and one of the upsets of the event on her big comeback present from the car crash she had last year. Doing incredibly well to be in the final today. As I say, both finals involving Egypt and Malaysia.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well, I'm Simon Park, and joining me for both of these finals is Wee Wen Lo. Good afternoon, Wen.
Good afternoon, good morning for you there.
Good morning for me. Had plenty of coffee and I'm raring to go.
It's going to be 2 exciting finals, I would imagine.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this one, the first one, the ladies' final here? Orfi, of course, both players in fantastic form.
Yeah, I think definitely played each other once, and Orfi won that match, but it was, I think, Subramaniam's first or second tournament back since the car accident. So this time I think should be a lot more prepared. But I think they both kind of like the similar game as well, so it'll be quite interesting to see who comes out on top on this one.
Sure, yeah, I think that sole win for Orfi was in Washington, I believe, back in February. There we have Amina Orfi, number 4 seed, superstar at 16 years of age, getting to these kind of finals. Currently 18 in the world, but that's just going to go up every single week, I feel. She's been on the tour for just a year now, and managed to gather 3 titles already from 4 finals. Pretty good win rate there too for the youngster. We have Sivasangari Subramaniam, 22 in the world, but she's been inside the top 16. Pretty much a veteran at 24 years of age, 8 years older than her opponent today. She's been on the tour for almost a decade. Already bags of experience, 12 titles as well for her. That's pretty impressive trophy haul for the Malaysian so far. Go on then, Wen, let's have a prediction. Early doors, they're still in the knockout.
Well, as you know, I'm Malaysian, so I have to sort of go with the Malaysian on this one.
Just remembered your nationality. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll go with Orfi there.
Yeah, I think it'll be quite a close matchup. I think,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, they both sort of like the similar fast-paced game.
Sure.
Yeah, I think the hitting consistency of Orfi will probably trouble Subramaniam a little bit, but Subramaniam has some dexterity in her hands.
Sure.
So that would be her advantage over Orfi today.
Yeah, if she can manage to find the time to use that skill and hold against a ball that's coming at 1,000 miles an hour. But I agree with you. I think it could go all the way. This one it could be an exciting final. What about scoreline? Do you think it could go to 5?
I think so, yeah. I mean, because like I said, they both kind of like the similar game, and I think the first game and game and a half is sort of just finding each other's strengths and weaknesses. They've only played each other once, and it's not often where you play someone 8 years younger than you. And I mean, it's not because that Sivasangari is much older or anything. It's just that Amina Orfi is just got on the circuit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 16 years of age, it's so impressive. But So is Sivasangari, coming back from the terrible car crash she had last year. She's already in a final and doing tremendously well. So both of them have really interesting stories, and they'll have many fans around the world. And we're really looking forward to this final. That camera in the right position for the wonderful photographs we're seeing each day.
Yeah, Orfi had a good win against Kennedy yesterday. Went all the way to the wire in that match, and I mean, physically, she looks like she's capable of backing up with another performance. But we just have to wait and see.
Sivasangari, Subramaniam, Malaysia to serve, Amina, Orfi and Egypt to receive. Best of 5 games. Level.
So here we go. The Hong Kong Football Club Open Women's Final 2023. Amina Orfi and Sivasangari Subramaniam start battle for the second time in their careers. That's a brilliant start for the Malaysian. What a shot that was. No nerves there, Wern.
Casual backhand drop.
Yeah, straight in. And again, that backhand's looking good for Subramaniam. Orfi's father on the front row, of course. He's travelling with her everywhere around the world. He's a coach as well.
Is he coaching her full time?
I'm not exactly sure. I know that he's a coach when they're actually on tour. There may be somebody else who's helping back home. So he likes to give her a little kiss on the head in between games, but we've not been able to see that as much in this event with the one camera. Orfi just starting to read that backhand drop. Oh, what a shot from the back of the court. It's working on both sides now for Subramaniam. Oh, she had her. She completely suckered her there with that one. But just clipping the top of the tin for Subramaniam. First point on the board in this final for Orfi. Tight work down this backhand side, as expected by these two.
Yeah, and actually to think about it, Subramaniam is using a lot more height today than she does on a usual day.
Yeah, the cogs are really working. The grey matter is on overdrive. You can see she's really thinking about what to do against this talented youngster. just missing that one. You can see that Subramaniam is varying the pace nicely.
Yeah, she's actually using the height a lot more than we have seen in a while, actually. So she's actually lifting the ball a little bit and getting Orfi deep into the corners.
Sure, I think it's an intelligent move, isn't it? It's like going on court with. I mean, you compared Orfi to Gohar a couple of times yesterday. If you go on court with those players and try to out-hit them, then I think that's not a very clever tactic. That's clever. It's good disguise there from Orfi.
4-5.
It's always tough trying to find a balance of getting it deep but also playing it short, and I think this time Orfi read the drop.
It's well straightened. It was pretty good base from Subramaniam, but Orfi was all over it.
5-all.
Back to parity for the youngster. Bit of a slower start for her.
I think she was probably not expecting Subramaniam to start lifting the ball right from the start, so she was hoping for a much quicker pace game. It took her a while to sort of settle in.
Yeah, absolutely. And coupled with those lifts, there were some nice drops, weren't they, early doors? That backhand drop in the first rally.
First 2 rallies, was it?
Yeah, first 2 rallies, 2 winners.
Guess left. 6-5.
Oh, that was nice. Very slick from the Malaysian.
5.
Clinical finish, that wasn't it? Very impressive.
Yeah.
6-7.
I mean, she made it look very simple, but it wasn't the easiest shot to play.
She doesn't seem to get too nervous, does she? I mean, if she does, she hides it well, Orfi. Has to be a stroke. Unfortunately for Subramaniam, it was a good bit of anticipation in terms of the cross court getting on for that volley, but the quality of the shot wasn't good enough.
Yeah, she kept Orfi under pressure a fair bit on the backhand side as well, waiting for the cross.
Yeah, it was a good tactic that could work next time if she gets the quality right.
Yeah, you see Subramaniam just trying to lift it into the corner, taking the pace away from Orfi.
Yeah, it's too short. Too short. The ball clipping there, just giving Orfi too much time. Don't think there's too much wrong with that one. You?
Yeah, I think it was just a loose shot from
Yeah.
Subramaniam and she got punished for it.
Sure. such an interesting battle between these two in this final. Just you can see Subramaniam just trying to work out the best possible way to keep this youngster on the move. But that is a brilliant shot. Orfi starting to read the shots from the back of the court, and she has some weapons of her own, and she's built up a 2-point lead here.
Yeah, I think it took her a while to sort of adjust to the game plan that Subramaniam came into this. It wasn't, like we said, it wasn't a conventional Subramaniam game plan, trying to lift the ball into the corners.
Well, that serve was pretty close to the line. And that went up from Subramaniam. We'll see. See what happens. That's a nice shot. Same thing happened on the other side, and this time Orfi having a look at the referee, but it was a poor shot. Couple of opportunities there for Subramaniam, and she's got it. Finally got it with that drop shot. Orfi just not able to extend her arm enough to reach that one. So back to parity here in the first game here at the Hong Kong Football Club.
9-0 in the first. Can't get much closer than that.
Yeah, it's got all the makings of a major battle, this one. That's a great shot, great length, and there's a fist pump. It was really well weighted. That was perfectly weighted from Subramaniam, and it's given her a game ball to get first blood here in the final. Oh, that's an interesting decision there.
Because you've taken a line, you have to clear the shot.
I think
it's a bit harsh there, no?
Yeah, Andrea Santamaria sending out a message, I think, feeling obviously that she feels like Orfi is not clearing enough. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that was a little bit harsh. But it's Subramaniam that takes the first game. Very, very close game, and fantastic start from Subramaniam. Orfi managing to catch up a little bit. But it's really getting the crowd going. Subramaniam taking that first game, 11-9 in 13 minutes. She leads by 1 game to love.
It was a very closely contested first game between Orfi and Subramaniam. Subramaniam came out firing, got a few winners early in the game, but Orfi came back really strongly and sort of settled down a little bit. Quite a bit unfortunate end in that decision in the last point, but Subramaniam will be very happy with that and looking forward to coming back and see what she does in game 2.
Subramaniam leads 1 game to love. Level.
Well, when a controversial decision to finish the end of that first game. I want to ask you, do you think there is a movement issue with Orfi? Because Georgina Kennedy was getting a little bit frustrated yesterday. Do you think that was just the difficulty of the match, or is there an issue?
I wouldn't say that's a big issue per se, but I think it's also a little bit just because she's inexperienced to a certain extent. I mean, she's 16 years old, and it's a fine line between taking your space and blocking someone out. So it's
Yeah.
hard to draw that line, especially at that age. It's more
Yeah.
trial and error.
Of course. Good answer. Yeah, I mean, of course, blocking it means intentionally getting in the way, and it's hard to see from here. But sometimes you can see the players getting frustrated with her. But I think also part of that is that she is so good. So such a young age, it's very frustrating. And she does take up space, but quite a lot of the time it is, when it's required, as you say.
Yeah, but with the refereeing nowadays, like we say, it's a very fine line between taking your space and actually blocking. Sometimes you don't know which side of the end that you are at.
Sure. Well,
You can
something's
either
happened.
be a stroke or a no let. So
Yeah, it can be sometimes. Yeah, it can be any one of the three. But Orfi's father has obviously said something good to her after the first game. She's got a really good start here, healthy start in the second. Trying to put that first game and the last decision behind her.
yeah, and that shows some maturity as well. I mean, a lot of players will be very frustrated with that, and having to come back and keep a level headed again, it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And players, some very experienced players, much older than Orfi, would have let it get to their head.
Yes, let's.
Oh, that's looked a little bit more of a stroke than the other one.
Yeah, I think the ball sort of clipped the corner and came out, but I
Yeah.
think the referee felt like Subramaniam had a bit of space to play that.
Right side.
Yeah, of course, from this event, we're not getting all the different angles to see where that ball, the depth of the ball, etc. So it's a little bit difficult.
Out. And out. 1-3.
First point on the board for the Malaysian in this second with an error from Orfi. What a shot. That was very, very positive, that from Subramaniam. She's onto it. When she plays well, she just anticipates these volleys beautifully.
It's a great length there.
4-2.
Long rally between these two.
Yeah, a couple of full
against
diagonals
Subramaniam.
going on
Yeah.
as well. Lots of work. Both players a bit more open now, isn't it?
Yeah, and against Subramaniam using the height.
That's good. That's a good little hold as well. She bought herself a little bit of time at the front and managed to hold it straight down the line with the perfect weight.
3-5.
Had to work hard for that one, Subramaniam.
Big bet.
Well, it's almost as if Orfi hung back a little bit there. That boast was kind of all or nothing, and Subramaniam was there so early, Orfi couldn't respond. Good lift again, cross court from Subramaniam. And there's that anticipation again. Slightly loose cross court from Orfi, and the Malaysian was all over that volley. Wow, he's feeling that wrist. There's still a lot of work to do, wasn't there, on that volley? Just inside out flick on the forehand, boast on the volley. Very impressive.
Do you think the 3-2 match yesterday against Gina is sort of affecting Orfi a little bit today?
I think possibly. I mean, she's only human. She's got to be feeling it in the legs. I think any 5-setter against someone like Kennedy's, you're going to feel it. But you'd think that the adrenaline would take over in this final. But I just think Subramaniam's playing a really good game, as you said. The tactics are spot on at the moment.
Yeah, she's using a lot of height in the last 2 games, which she, like we said, she doesn't normally use this much height.
Is just into the line of your opponent. I need you to clear better that she can go through and get the ball. Right side.
What do you think about that one, Wen? I mean, I thought this was a slightly loose shot and she just hit it into the space.
Yeah, I don't think she did too much wrong there, and I think the ball actually got all the way to the end, and Subramaniam probably wouldn't have gotten that back.
Sure. I think sometimes with certain players, they can gather a bit of a reputation. The referees cotton onto it and then send out a message, and maybe it's not always the right decision at the right time.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that that kind of happens sometimes.
That's a great shot. Great return of serve from Subramaniam. Well, it's been working pretty well for her, that shot, throughout this match so far, Subramaniam. This time, the ball just fell into the tin, much to the delight of Orfi.
Yeah, Subramaniam is using the height again.
Yeah, most of Subramanian's shots are going above the service line, aren't they? Whereas
And it's not quite the same thing when we watched her yesterday and the day before as well, I'm sure.
True. And Orfi, most of her shots are going below the service line. Oh. That is unbelievable. From high up, to get that kind of accuracy and power, just stun the ball so short, that is impressive. Orfi just taking the time there. Oh, the reverse angle volley. It's been a while since we've seen that one. Big smile from Subramaniam.
I think the ball just came at her. She didn't really know what to do and just played it in.
The leisure centre. Two opportunities here for Subramaniam. That's wonderful. What a finish that was. Absolutely ruthless. First short ball there from Orfi, and Subramaniam was all over it. She's been playing a lot of winners on her backhand side. This time, that forehand drop was absolutely lethal.
Can we have the physio, please, for Miss Orfi during the interval? This is not an injury break, it's just a physio.
I hope she's okay. Orfi just asking for the tournament physio, but Subramaniam taking the second game, 11-8 in 13 minutes, identical duration to the first game, and she leads by 2 games to love.
Yeah, fairly similar to the first game. Subramaniam just using a lot more height than what she normally does, holding Orfi's movement, not allowing her to increase the pace that she likes to play at. So I think Subramaniam is doing really well in that sense, you know, just lifting the ball into the corners a little bit more and taking her chances when it's there.
So resuming 60 seconds. Play resuming 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Ball, please. Time. Subramaniam leads 2 games to love. Love all.
A long way to come back, a lot of work to do. Food for thought for young Amina Orfi. Hopefully the physio issue, the injury wasn't anything too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we saw anything happening there. It's just whether she might be a bit fatigued from the couple of matches.
Yeah, sure, possibly just a bit of a quick massage. That's a brilliant finish on that volley.
And out 1-0.
What a shot that was. Skill levels are exceptional from Subramaniam, but particularly in this final. Just love the way she's working the angles and using the height on the front wall.
Yeah, she's varying the pace really well here. Just lifting the ball out into the corners, forcing Orfi to play a loose shot, and then she has time to do whatever she wants with it.
Yeah, that's right. We just need to see a response here from Orfi, just taking her time again on that serve. Looking to get it wide, looking to take the options away from Subramaniam. Keep rushing her if possible, but that's just brilliant. The volley drops are working so well, the boasts, the angles. It's brilliant stuff from the Malaysian. That's good squeeze, tight ball, nice and simple. Squash is very simple sometimes, isn't it, Wern? It's a very easy game.
Yeah, just play a cross-court lob into the corners, get a loose shot, play a straight drop. Sounds about
Easy.
right.
Yeah, another good squeeze, brilliant shot. Another fist pump from Subramaniam.
4-2.
Scintillating stuff from her.
Yes, let's. 4-2. Come on, Amina. Yes, let's. 4-2.
Again, the tactics are still holding strong here for Subramaniam. She's not stopping the style of play. Taking it in where there's an opportunity. And she's managing to stop and start Orfi.
Yeah, like I think like you mentioned, yeah, just using a lot of height today and just not allowing Orfi to hit that high pace shots that she likes.
Oh, wow. You drop in, I mean, that's confidence, isn't it?
2. 2.
Well, this final is just starting to gradually slip away a little bit from the youngster. Just running out of ideas here. Usually the pace that she provides against her opponents is too much for most players. But today, Subramaniam's got a tactic spot on.
Yeah, she was probably listening to us yesterday talking about using a lot more height.
You can take credit for that should she win this final. That's brilliant. It's brilliant. Every time anything slightly short or loose, she's putting that ball away, or at least making it extremely difficult for Orfi.
Yeah, she's even using the lob serve today.
That's brilliant. So good. Before she'd even taken a step from the tee, the ball was dead.
And out, 4-9. And out, 10-4, championship ball.
So 6 match balls for Subramaniam. It's been an absolutely brilliant performance from her. A bit of a masterclass really in this final. Can she convert? First time of asking.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, she's just so happy to use the height today and just moving the ball around.
Well, Amina Orfi, 16 years of age, is nothing if not a fighter. She's come back from 2-love down many times in her career already in some big matches. And it's a long shot today at 5'10", but she's certainly not going to give up, that's for sure. Tough rally here, as I said. Oh, that is so fortunate. She'll take it. She certainly deserved it the way that she's played this week. Just getting a little bit of luck there at the end of this match, at the end of this final. Wonderful, wonderful win for Subramaniam. We thought it would be a lot closer, but the tactics from the Malaysian were spot on. Just didn't give Orfi anything to work with, using the variety, using the height. So Subramaniam taking it, the number 7 seed, 11-9, 11-8, 11-5, 3-love in 39 minutes. She is the Hong Kong Football Open Club Champion 2023.
Yeah, that third game looked a little bit easier for Subramaniam. She found her tactics right from the start. Even in the first game, she's using a lot more height than she's used to. But that worked perfectly well today against Orfi, who can't find her usual height hitting line that she likes. So all credit to Subramaniam for using the height and varying the pace very, very well today in the finals today.
They have the final result of the women's final. Sivasangari, Subramaniam, the number 7 seed from Malaysia, coming through in 3 games against Amina Orfi, the number 4 seed, a 16-year-old from Egypt. A little bit easier than we expected, but congratulations to Subramaniam. Fantastic achievement and performance today. And in a few minutes, we've got the men's final. Abou, Eleinen, the number 2 seed of Egypt, up against Yao with the number 3 seed. Another Egypt versus Malaysia encounter. Will it be 2-love to Malaysia? When? We'll see in a few minutes.
David Cross. If you see any 2 more seats for Lisa and my wife. I want to sit down here.
Everyone, please, if I can have your attention for a minute, and please, a big, big cheer and a big round of applause for our ladies' champion, Sivasangari Subramaniam. Another 3-0 victory. I believe this is one of, if not the biggest title in your career today. How are you feeling after such an incredible victory?
Just speechless. I mean, Amina has been, she's really young but really talented. She's been progressing really, really well. She beat Georgina yesterday, and the last time I played her, I lost her in February, but to be winning 3-love, and I think I was playing really well for my game plan today, so I'm just really, really happy to be winning this title.
Well, on that, it looked to me like you were mixing it up so well. Different paces using height, put in a lot of triple posts and lobs and drops as well. Was that part of your game plan, an intentional thing you were trying to do to pull her out of position, or? Tell us about your game plan going into today.
Yeah, I mean, she plays really fast pace. Like, she just hits the ball really hard. I don't think I can do that consistently throughout the whole match. So I needed to mix up the pace, because if I followed her pace, like, I would have been done by the 5th set. So I just tried to slow it down, try to mix it up a bit, and I think it really worked well on this court today. And I'm just happy to be winning it here in Michigan.
Well, you're up again in just a few days in the Hong Kong Open. Will you take some time to celebrate your victory here, your title, or is it straight back to business, back to training for you?
Yeah, I play again on Monday, so I don't know. I have a day off tomorrow, or maybe I might just have a light leave, but maybe I might celebrate a bit tonight, but...
I think some people might want to celebrate with you, actually. Well, tell us, who are you up against on Monday? And you must be full of confidence. What are your ambitions for the tournament next week?
Yeah, I'm playing Minute Donaldson the first round on Monday. Yeah, for me, I just want to try to go in there and just try to play my best squash, like how I did today. Every match, every game, you're playing a different player, you have a different game plan. So for me, I just want to go in and try to give my 100%. And I think if I give my 100%, I can get the outcome I want.
I'm sure you can. Any final words for the crowd here today? I know we have quite a few Malaysia fans here as well.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank the sponsors for having this tournament. Again, I think yesterday I came here like 5 years ago and I lost the first round. So this time, it's a really great tournament, really great supporters. Yeah, I see a few Malaysians as well. So I'm just really happy to be winning here, and thank you, everyone.
One more time, everyone. Sivasangari Subramaniam. Ladies and gents, we'll be back in a few minutes with our men's final.
One for one. Look at the men now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if we could start to take our seats again, please. Settle down, everyone. All right, everyone. We have the second of our Malaysia versus Egypt matchups today. We've been treated to some really great squash all week, and it's all come down to this now. The Hong Kong Football Club Open 2023 men's final. Let's see if Malaysia can make it a double this year, or if Egypt's going to get its revenge now. Who's your money on, Malaysia or Egypt? 50-50, okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, will you please help me welcome onto court, from Malaysia, Owen Yao. And his opponent, from Egypt, Abou Eleinen. He's our number 2 seed for this tournament. He comes into this also in fine form. He was a finalist.
Well, welcome back to the Hong Kong Football Club Open. This is the men's final 2023, and we have another Malaysia versus Egypt encounter. Abou Eleinen, the number 2 seed on the left-hand side in the light blue t-shirt, up against Eain Yao of Malaysia, the number 3 seed.
Very close to that at number 19. He reached the second round.
Well, I'm Simon Park, and joining me for this last match of the week is Wen Lo. Good afternoon, good evening, Wen.
Good evening. Last match for the day and for the week, like you mentioned.
Is it going to be a clean sweep for Malaysia, do you feel?
Hopefully. I mean, Yao is in quite a good form. He's been playing well, but I think yesterday we saw Eleinen was also on really good form. So looks like it's going to be quite a close match.
Yeah, I keep changing my mind, you know. I mean, they've both had fairly comfortable routes through. I don't know what you think. We thought that the last one might go to 5, but Subramaniam was outstanding. But yeah, you're right. Both of these players in fantastic form. I think Eleinen quite likes this court. And Yao plays well here in this part of the world. Difficult to call.
Yeah, I think today for Yao, he might be actually playing a similar tactics to Subramaniam, using the height a little bit more and see, because Eleinen just loves the fast speed, and yesterday we were watching him and he was just jumping across the tee.
Yeah, it's quite appropriate he's called Eleinen, because the lines that he hits are just so severe and so low and so straight. He's just when he's playing well, it's difficult to break him down. There he is, 19 in the world currently, but both of these two players have been up to 17, 23 years of age, and he's been on the world tour for 4 years now, Eleinen. 2 trophies in that time, just bubbling under the 70% mark in terms of win rate. Pretty impressive from the Egyptian. Both of these players, excellent movers, and particularly Yao. It's very difficult to get him out of position. Number 3 seed here from Malaysia, currently 21 in the world, but as I said, both these players have a highest world ranking of 17. He's been on the world tour for just under a decade, amassing 6 titles so far, looking for his 7th here in Hong Kong. Of course, just before the Platinum event starting in a couple of days. Good confidence boost, isn't it, for these players at the football club?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. This is still a decent sized event, and I mean, to obviously win it is one thing, but to actually get this far in the finals of a Hong Kong Football Club, leading up to a Platinum event next week as well.
These two have met twice before, and Yao is in the lead. He's with a 2-love lead. I think the last one they played was the final of the Irish Open back in the spring. But of course, I don't know when you were playing. I don't know whether you had paid much attention to head-to-heads before you went on court.
For me, not really, no. I mean,
No.
maybe the last time we played, but not like head-to-head all the way dating back to 10 years ago sort of thing.
Yeah, but you'd remember if you hadn't actually beaten that player before, wouldn't you?
Yes, yeah,
that's one
definitely.
thing that I
Yeah.
would always remember.
Yeah.
And that's the case for Eleinen. He's looking for his first win against the Malaysian today.
Time.
Who are you going with today, Parky, for
I
this?
keep changing my mind, Harry, and you're going to ask me that. But, they're just both in such great form, and there's fantastic cases for both of these players. And you know, the 2 and 3 seeds. And I know I'm sitting on the fence, but they are so close, aren't they?
Yeah, and they've, like you said, they have the best world ranking, the same one, 17 as well. Fairly similar in age, 2-year age gap between Yao and Eleinen.
Yeah, and also, you know, the current rankings are 19 and 21 with Eleinen just slightly ahead. I mean, it's really, really hard to call. Even Cubbins there, I don't think he knows what's happening.
Play will start in 30 seconds.
Are you going to go with a Malaysian double?
Yes, I am.
You are. You're going to stick your neck out again. That's impressive. I like it. A confident answer.
The Hong Kong Football Club Open 2023 men's final match. Eain of Egypt to serve. Eain of Malaysia to receive. Best of 5 games. The ball.
Well, after my poor prediction in the last match, I feel like I should go with you and go with Malaysia. But I just keep looking at how bouncy Eleinen is and how up for this he looks, and I just can't write him off. The good thing is both these players are looking fresh going into this final.
Yeah, both of them had a fairly comfortable 3-love win in the semi-finals yesterday. A little bit of resistance in the first game, but they sort of ran through the second and third a little bit more.
Yeah, I think the court seems to suit both of these players. Seem quite happy in this environment. When do you think either player will change their tactics too much for their opponent today? That's a good squeeze. Or do you think that they just stick with the strength of their own games?
Well, I guess the men's match, physically everybody is just as strong. You know, it boils down to squeezing a little bit of errors here and there and making, you know, 1 or 2 decisions that make a huge difference at the end. It's not like, you know, it's whether one guy is unfit or not. It's just so close nowadays with the level of squash.
Sure.
It's just really minor tweaks, I would say. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's just going to be who's just mentally a little bit stronger on the day in this final. So much between the ears, isn't it, in this sport, in every sport, but particularly individual racket sports. That's a little bit loose from Yao. Uncharacteristic, really, for him. Yeah, I think with their styles of play, we're just going to see a little bit more positive, lower hitting from Eleinen, especially in this first game. Just likes to get up on the tee and get bouncy. Maybe a little bit more laid back to start with, a bit more use of the height and variation from Yao. He's not looking to do anything crazy in this first game, just settling himself down. There we go. That was very busy movement from Eleinen around the tee. Hunting that volley.
And Yao just using his movement to sort of get himself out of trouble a little bit.
Nice change of direction there from Eleinen, just getting Yao out of position slightly. Yeah, another slightly loose one there on the volley from Yao. I think that's the right decision. Good rally there, Gwen.
Yeah, I think both of them are still trying to figure out exactly what to do on this court and against each other.
Just slightly off balance going back for that one, Eleinen. Couldn't quite get himself organised. It's a fantastic event here, isn't it? When it's just they've just built the prize money up over the years and turned it into a bronze event, and with the proximity to the platinum event next week, it's brilliant for the players to have that opportunity to play here.
Yeah,
especially for
especially for players who are coming from a long way, getting used to jet lag and things like that. They have one event to prepare for the platinum one, and also the Hong Kong Football Club. They have a really nice gym and great facilities around that area. So.
Yeah, certainly do. Fantastic facilities, football club. And if you do happen to lose early, there's always the outdoor pool. Spent a bit of time there myself. That's a wonderful shot, wonderful volley there from Eleinen.
don't say those things, okay? It's uncalled for, okay? No. Yes, head on. 4-2.
Did he just use the word biased?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know who the referee is, but it sounds like it's a Malaysian referee. So yeah, just questioning whether he just doesn't want to be biased and give a decision over to Egypt.
Like a reverse bias. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I understand. But that last decision I agreed with. I don't know about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, Yao sort of moved back into the middle, but I thought the ball actually gone further to the back a little bit more.
Well, we move on. Just a slight lead here for just increased it to transition. I thought I heard the strings go there for Yao. Just confirmation that the referee is Kalvintra Selvaraj of Malaysia. That's a great shot. Great shot there from Eleinen onto it so early. He's so busy. Always hunting that volley around the middle of the court, especially on the backhand side. Crunches it so positively. He's been talking a lot this week about his route to the final and just finding good length, really. I think that's been his key. The thing that he's talked about after every match is hitting a good length on this court.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about keeping squash simple, and I think Eleinen just showed us that, getting a good length.
I don't know about you, Eain, but I mean, we saw a masterclass in using the variety and using the height with Subramaniam, but I just feel like Yao is trying to do a similar thing, but just being a little bit passive here.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Eleinen looks like he's flying and jumping onto every shot, and Yao, obviously, like you say, is sort of taking a step back in this game here. I mean, he gave a couple of uncharacteristic strokes as well in the beginning, so he's just got to find himself again.
Again, perfect length from Eleinen. It's a bit of a large deficit here to make up for Yao. I just feel he should try and use his movement a little bit better. When he's playing well, Yao, he's got that attacking ability as well across the middle of the court. He has his own skill levels are pretty high on the volley drops, but 7 game balls now for Eleinen. I think this game probably has gone away from the Malaysian.
Yeah, I don't think Yao's going to try too hard to get this back.
Maybe a bit of damage limitation here. Just a couple of relaxed points for the Malaysians. See what happens. Shooting in from the back of the court. Well, it's an interesting one. I mean, I'd save his breath. He's got a good lead here, Eleinen. Still 5-game balls here now for the Egyptian, but Yao serving. Nice touch from Yao.
Yeah, Yao is definitely looking a bit more positive the last 2-3 points, but will it be a little bit too late for him?
Probably will be, but he's just relaxed, hasn't he? And I think this is going forward. Should he lose this first game, should be the tactics that he employs in this match. Just as I said, just been a little bit passive so far. It's funny, isn't it? When the pressure's off, sometimes you just start playing really well.
Yes, Len.
He wanted off the court there, Eleinen. He'd already started to open that door.
Left box, serve, 5K, be more.
Don't blame him, to be honest. I mean, we know how dangerous Yao is, even in this position. Still 5-game balls, though, for the Egyptian. Nice, good squeeze. Another point comes back for Yao. Just takes his time. Another point on the board, and Eleinen just could get a little bit edgy here. Oh, what a return! That's the way to finish off the game. Great confidence there from Eleinen. He wasn't going to let any more points go by. Encouraging form, though, for Yao just towards the back end of that game, just playing a little bit more positively. Abou, Eleinen, though, the number 2 seed, coming through in that first game, 11-6 in 17 minutes. He leads by 1-0.
Great start by Eleinen in that game. He went on straight, got a good lead. Yao tried to come back, started playing a little bit better, a little bit more positive towards the end of the first game. A little bit too late for Yao in that last comeback, but yeah, Eleinen was the stronger player in the first game.
We will resume in 60 seconds. We will resume in 30 seconds. Eleinen leads 1-0.
Well, as I say, hopefully we're going to see a lot more positivity in this second game and going forward from your Malaysian counterpart.
Yeah, he sort of relaxed towards the end of the first and got a few good points together.
Yeah, he certainly did. I mean, we know he can play a lot better than he did in that first game, but all credit to Eleinen. Just so positive and bright and up on that tee, and everything he's doing is with a purpose. It's very proactive, isn't he?
He is, and like you said, he's just so bouncy everywhere around the tee, forwards, walling as much as he can, putting pressure on Yao.
And that's quite a big compliment, isn't it, to say someone's bouncy against Yao, because he's usually the most bouncy player around, but he's just been made to look a little bit sluggish at times in this final. I wonder if Eleinen is buoyed by the Malaysian-Egypt scenario and the fact that his country are 1-0 down.
Well, I think when you're playing a 50k event finals, pretty much all you think about is yourself out there.
Yeah, yeah, good point. It's a very selfish game, isn't it, squash? In a
I
good
mean, I
way.
do enjoy the team event aspect of like the world teams and everything. It just gives you a whole different feel playing in that than, of course, playing in a PSA event. But like it or not, we spend most of our time playing on PSA, World Tour on our own.
Absolutely. Yeah, I very much enjoyed team events too when we got that opportunity. Yeah, and certainly when I was on tour, even in this sort of situation, if an English player was playing, say, in the women's final, we would definitely, and I was in the final, would help each other and other players perhaps that had lost earlier on.
Yeah, but I think that's the good thing about squash because we're sort of a close-knit athletes in a sense where we're still trying to support each other. We're not like tennis where we have all the funding in the world where each player has about 6 people with them. You know, you have your coach, physio, and things like that. Whereas in squash, more often than not, you need to have your teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we saw it yesterday, didn't we, with Sarah Jane Perry going down to help Gina Kennedy after Perry had lost her semi-final. Yeah, just slowly starting to get into this match now, you feel?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to sort of subdue is probably the wrong word to use against Eleinen, but I think he's just trying to find his range and move Eleinen around the court a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that is a good word to subdue. Try and subdue him. It's a difficult thing to do though with Eleinen in this form.
3-2.
Yeah, I think y'all just gotta stop him in his tracks a little bit because he's just happy going at full speed at this point in time, whereas he's not being made to stop start again.
Yeah, I think another word to use possibly would be to negate the weapons of Eleinen somehow. I think he's just doing that, trying to be patient on there. Yeah. Thing is, though, Eleinen's not one of those I was just about to say it's not one of those players that makes many unforced errors, but commentator's curse. But in general, he's pretty good mentally, isn't he, Eleinen?
Yeah, I think so. And he does have, I mean, as much as he hits the ball with pace, he has really soft hands as well when he puts the drop in. He actually puts it really soft, like right to the front.
And there was a good example of that forehand. Well recovered, brilliant movement from Yao. Just made it look so easy. Again, just slightly pulling away from that shot. It was the right shot to play, or even perhaps the little boast, but just clipping the top of the tin there, Eleinen. But the rallies are starting to get a little bit more arduous, and the duration is a bit longer. That's probably working in Yao's favour. Yeah, things are starting to come to fruition now for Yao.
5-3.
It's a nice little 2-point cushion in this second game. He's starting to work Eleinen around the court a little bit more. The errors, although not really flowing from the racket of Eleinen, just starting to come here and there. They didn't really happen in the first.
Yeah, I think you're just putting a little bit more pressure on Eleinen right now, and when he wants to play a shot, it just makes him doubt himself a little bit, just to create that just a little bit of doubt in his head.
Yeah, like there on that forehand side, he just had a little bit of time and just sort of snatched at it, didn't play the right shot. That's a nice shot though.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
You deep the field. You deep the field. He couldn't get through because you were there.
No let, win.
Box 5-3.
I think it was a bit closer to a no let though, that one. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I've given you my explanation. Please accept and play on. Okay?
I think sometimes these shots, the referees don't realise the player has intentionally played what looks like a drop shot a little bit faster and a little bit longer. And it's
Yes.
difficult for the other player to get round or to get a let. They shouldn't probably get a let in that situation. Bit speculative, wasn't it? It was high up and it was a difficult shot to execute there. Had to use a little bit of wrist, didn't work out for Eleinen.
Yeah, I think just like you said, a little bit more pressure from Yao forcing Eleinen to make the shots a little bit sharper when he wants to go for it.
That was a slightly more laboured movement from Eleinen. This is good play from Yao. He's just weaving his way in there, isn't he? Slowly but surely.
No arguments on that one.
Well, as I said earlier, these two have played twice before, and in the head-to-head, it's 2-love to Yao. Eleinen looking for his first win against the Malaysian.
Both players
Pace
are
has
starting
gone
to
up.
use the height.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just lifting it off, especially from the front, just to buy themselves a bit more time.
Oh, a little bit of
Mr. Eleinen, calm down.
something there. Eleinen feeling so.
You were true to play the shot. That's fine. That's nothing. Okay?
Well, I'm not sure that happened exactly, but Eleinen feeling frustrated that he couldn't get through.
Reduce the conversation here and get back on rally, okay? And now 8-5.
Wowzers, that is a beauty. That is fantastic skill. The ball absolutely rolled. You could hear the strings singing there on that shot win.
That's what happens when Yao's a bit on a roll and gets a bit more confident in himself.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I was just a little bit confused with his play in the first game, because he has got really good hands and high skill level. He's guessed it. Full 100% guess there from Eleinen. Probably just about giving up the ghost in this second game. 5 game balls then to Yao.
11-5. Game to earn.
Yeah, just clipped the top of the tin. One or two of the spectators weren't quite sure. But he's given up the ghost now. We're 1 game apiece. And it's the response that we expected. And you just see the Malaysian national coach Andrew Cross going to have a word with his charge. So Yao takes the second game 11-5 in 14 minutes. It's 1 game apiece in this men's final here in Hong Kong.
It's a much better game from Yao in the second. He looked a little bit more settled, found his corners a little bit better, found his angles, used the height a bit more, started to frustrate Eleinen in the front, and a couple of errors came out of Elenen's racket. But Yao's looking a bit more confident this game.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds.
So back to parity in this men's final. 1 game apiece, and good improvement from Yao in this final. Just seems to have settled in, got his tactics a little bit better in the second game.
Yeah, I think he just sort of needed a bit of time to, like we said, subdue Eleinen, because he was just flying off the blocks in the first.
Out. And out. 1 love.
Well, that's a poor error, really, from Eleinen. It's the right shot to play, that's for sure. But usually he executes those. Oh, he's onto that in a flash, wasn't he? With a bit of a flick of the wrist, and Yao just berating himself there. Poor shot from him into that front right.
Yeah, I think Eleinen just trying to fire himself up again and trying to get the pace a little bit higher where he's comfortable.
Oh, some beautiful touch and movement from both players. A bit of a collision there. Hopefully they're both okay. Yeah, they're both tough. Both seem to be okay. Good to see.
Waiting for the decision.
What do you think there, Wern? Do you agree with that one?
I thought Yao actually played quite a decent shot. There was some collision going in there, but yeah, I kind of agree. I think there'll be a no let for me.
Oh, he made it.
Going.
That's unbelievable retrieving there from Yao. Crowd have woken up. Still going. Still going. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Both players moving phenomenally well. How can you play a winner against these guys? There you go. Just wrong-footed him, finally, and there's a right smile from Yao. The crowd are going wild. That was absolutely stunning stuff from both players. You've got a big smile on your face when you enjoyed that.
Well, it looks like we're on fast forward on this one.
It was.
And now, 3, 2.
Yeah, just putting his hands up. I think deserve a little bit of a rest after that point. Maybe a couple of extra seconds.
Four, 2.
Well, it was exceptionally hard to call this match at love all in the first game, and I still feel the same way. I think that's, unfortunately for Yao, I think that's the right decision. He's just got to go and play that.
Why? You were supposed to play the ball, not your opponent. It's fine there. Just hang on. You want to change your racket?
There's a little bit of interference, but it was minimal, and I think you've just got to go around and play that.
Is he going to change his racket again?
Yeah. Not sure if he'd actually broken a string, or maybe there's just a crack in the frame, but he's been allowed to change it back. How many rackets would you take to tournaments with you fully strung?
4 usually.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, between 4 and 6.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite particular with my stringing, so I actually string my own rackets. I don't let anybody string them.
Oh, really? Yeah, I wasn't that particular.
So I don't get them strung anywhere else in the world because, like, for me, every machine is slightly different. So I string my own rackets on the same machine.
Well, I would do it if I could, but I just do a really bad job, I think. So let the professionals do it. You still do that now, right? You still string your own rackets?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Do you think you'll do that after your squash career and going into coaching, or do you think you'll leave it to someone else?
Well, then again, I probably wouldn't need that many, so I think I'll be fine doing them on my own.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes, right side, 5.
I think Eleinen just wants to get on with it and just trying to keep the momentum up because he's having the better momentum at this point in time. He's won 3 points in a row.
Yeah, he's got Yao on the ropes a little bit in this rally. That was brilliant. He deserves the fist pump, as you said. He's got fantastic momentum here now, the Egyptian. Looking really confident. Well, that's poor, isn't it? That's a slightly tired shot from Yao. It's not often you see that. We'll talk about him in terms of fatigue.
And a serve out as well. We got everything in this match, don't we?
Wow. Well, Paul Johnson always maintains that he saw someone serve into the tin once, and that he said that it was me, but actually not true. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Extra wide work, nice and low, lots of pace.
8-3. And out. 4-8.
Eleinen just telling himself to calm down, just to relax a little bit. That's the thing when you're playing at this pace. Sometimes you can just rush a little bit.
Yeah, but it looks like Yao has gone a little bit passive again towards the middle end of this third game here.
Oh, that was brilliant. Brilliant touch. You see what it means to Yao after that shot, after that winner. Huge point for him. He's still in this game.
He just needed one of those to get himself fired up again.
Yeah, and as you said, he does have lovely soft hands at the front of the court when he needs it. He's got the movement to go with it. Well, this is getting interesting now, Wern. Very interesting. Just got himself almost back in touch here, Yao. It's a couple of points adrift. It's accepted by Yao. He was onto it fast, but the quality of his drop shot wasn't quite good enough, and Eleinen was all over it. I think that's the first lob I've seen Eleinen play.
And out. 7-9.
Got a bit excited with the cross-court nick though.
Yeah. That's good reactions. Mesmerizing stuff from these two. Some great work down that backhand side. Crucial part of the match here.
Yeah, both recognizing the importance of this point.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen when, I don't know about you, but I could just feel it. Just felt like he'd just gone into the man.
Yeah, it's quite short as well, the drop by Eleinen.
Could have just edged into the left and tried to retrieve that, but 3 game balls here, a crucial 2-1 lead. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. It's good pressure from Eleinen. There's a fist bump. As I say, it was absolutely crucial to take that 2-1 lead. A major advantage now for the Egyptian. Some remarkable squash from both players. Wonderful to watch their different styles, but it's Eleinen that takes the third game, 11-7 in 16 minutes. He leads by 2-1.
Yeah, a couple of hard rallies in there. Yao was made to do a lot of work by Eleinen. Looked like he was slowing down a little bit towards the end of the third. Eleinen was just taking full advantage of that, moving Yao all around the court, and took the important 2-1 lead in this match.
Playing will resume in 60 seconds. Playing will resume in 30 seconds. Eleinen leads 2-1. All he needs is serve. The ball.
So, Werner, are we going to see any changes here, do you think, from either player?
Yao was actually looking a little bit jaded, a bit lethargic towards the end of the third. So I'm not sure how he's feeling physically.
Well, there's a telling shot very, very early in the first rally of the fourth game there. That was a little bit tired too from Yao.
But one thing's for sure, Eleinen is going to be jumping and being as bouncy as he can, probably just like the first game, now that he's in a 2-1 lead.
One love. Out. And out, 1-1.
Continuation of some great pressure. That's a brilliant finish there from Eleinen. Just up on that short line, hunting the volley as much as possible.
Yeah, I think he sort of feels that Yao is tailing off a little bit towards the end of the third, and he's just taking full advantage of that now.
Yeah, he's sticking his foot down further on the pedal, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can't write Yao off because he's come back from worse positions than this before, but I think Eleinen just feels that he has a better advantage this point in time.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing the right thing, but that wasn't useful for him. Very useful for Yao, though, just to break the momentum. You can see he's just taking his time, walking back to the service box in no hurry. That's a great shot. Just a slight turn of the shoulders there. Could have gone cross court, but whipping it down the line with great precision. Yeah, it just came back a bit too long, didn't it? Kind of popped out to
Yeah.
the line.
And now 4-3.
What a shot.
Oh, what a shot! That was impressive. There we see the flare from Yao.
And now 4-all.
Oh, he's snatched at it, tried to get across the court, tried to wrong foot. Yao clipping the tin.
Yeah, that movement from Yao didn't look great though. It looks a bit sluggish off the shot.
Yeah, I agree, and it's not often you say that about Yao, is it? He's renowned for his smooth movement around the court, his fitness, his speed, his agility.
And now 5-all.
Well, Eleinen really massively buoyed by that error from Yao. Well, it looked like he's not kind of connected with that like he would have liked, but it turned out well for him. Just a slight edge here in the fourth. Eleinen.
Yeah, I think he sort of sensed a little bit of a physical drop off from Yao as well. So he's just going to try and jump across the tee and volley as much as he can. But with that being said, he's got to be careful with what he does with the ball as well. That's, like I say, he can just sometimes go up and do a bit too much with it.
Yep, just rush a little bit, just snatch at the ball. But this is good. Just steadying the ship. Oh, that is an absolute beauty. He had so much time from the back of the court. I think everybody in the building and ourselves knew where that was going, but it was absolutely spot on. What a shot.
That's when the soft hands came in as well.
It's a beautiful shot. Well, this is huge for Eleinen. He really is feeling it now in terms of his opponent just being a little bit fatigued. just got to contain the excitement here. 3 points clear.
Exactly, yeah.
In this fourth game, he's never beaten Yao before. And there's another error.
9-5.
2 points away from his first win against the Malaysian and the trophy here in Hong Kong.
Still as bouncy as ever.
He's here, like you said earlier, he's on fast forward, isn't he, Eleinen? Well, yeah, will keep fighting. Just taking his time again. Definitely is a bit of a fatigue issue, I feel. And maybe it's just the constant pressure from Eleinen.
Yeah, I think we kind of saw a physical drop-off from Yao.
Handout, 10-6. Championship balls.
So 4 championship balls here for Abou Eleinen. He's played remarkably well all through the week and in this final. Still got some work to do here, though.
I think he's going to go for it off the serve, though. I mean, he has 3 more match balls left. 4 match balls.
Let's see what happens with the serve. Good serve from Yao. That's brilliant. Brilliant shot. It was the right shot. Yao almost managed to pick it up. Fantastic effort from him. Just feeling a little bit fatigued, I feel, in this match. It was a brilliant push there from Eleinen. He sunk to his knees. Fantastic effort and a huge win. His first ever win over Yao. Congratulations to him. He's allowing himself a little bit of a smile there. Each of them's looking to get the best shot, but a wonderful win. Abou Eleinen, the number 2 seed here in Hong Kong, comes through 11-6, 5-11, 11-7, 11-7, 3-1, just over the hour mark.
Yeah, I think a very well-deserved win for Eleinen. He really made Yao a lot of work around the court so much that I think Yao just had a bit of a physical drop-off towards the end of the third game, and sort of just pushed through from there. It was a very well thought-out match by Eleinen. Thoroughly deserved the win for sure.
And our champion, Abou Eleinen. We'll be back in a few minutes with some word from him.
Well, there you have the results of today's finals. Sivasangari, Subramaniam, and the 7 seed of Malaysia coming through in 3 games. A surprising 3-love win, that's against Amina Orfi, but congratulations to her. And Abou Eleinen, the number 2 seed from Egypt, is coming through in 4 games against Yao of Malaysia, the number 3 seed. And congratulations to him. So Malaysia versus Egypt is 1-1 in the end. Well, thank you very much to We Weren't Low for joining me, and everyone for joining us for these finals today. Join us next week for the Hong Kong Open Platinum event on SquashTV. See you then.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. The Hong Kong Football Club Open 2023 Men's Champion, Amina, Abou and Eleinen. Maybe we can not have Green Day in the background. Thank you. Ali, it's your first ever title on the PSA World Tour. Of course, won. You've won many titles on the Challenger Tour, but this is your biggest today. Bronze level title. How are you feeling?
Speechless. Just took me some time to catch my breath there, but you really work all your life for these moments, and you know, I've put in so much work, and week after week you play a tournament, you play a platinum event, you lose second round, third round, first round, and then there's only one winner in the tournament, and you just have to go back, regroup, see how you can get better, and then just use opportunities like these to just trust yourself and give it everything you got. And all week, you know, I've been solid, good form, you know, playing good length, and I thought, you know, if this is the week, it's it, and just build on the momentum and keep going.
Good form, I think, is an understatement. You played so consistently the entire tournament. Really solid, really strong, at times very attacking, skillful squash the entire week. Going into the match today, what was your plan against Yao? He's also such a strong competitor.
You know, I lost to Yao twice before. One time in a final, we played in Ireland in the 20K final, and he beat me in like 25 minutes. I just wasn't ready for it. It was all over the tee. You know, had me back for the most part. And today I was like, this can't happen. I can't get him the tee. I have to push him to the back and take control of the tee and just stick him. You know, find the right balance between bringing in the physical intensity but also staying calm and composed. And I think that was the difference. Just, you know, bringing the intensity for full court coverage but also staying calm and composed throughout.
Well, you're back in action again next week in the Hong Kong Open. I'll ask you the same question I asked Sivasangari. You're going to celebrate? You're going to go out tonight, or is it straight back to business? Again, we have a lot of people that would be more than willing to take you out tonight.
What was Siva's answer?
She's going out tonight, but she'll be back to training tomorrow.
You know, I'll celebrate. I got my friends here from Alexandria. We're going to go get some dinner probably, and you know, take tomorrow off. Maybe, you know, explore Hong Kong a little bit, get a nice meal, and then regroup again for another week in Hong Kong.
Good stuff. So we wish you the best of luck next week. Everyone, Ali, Abou, and Eleinen. And ladies and gents, please don't go away. We'll be back soon with the trophy presentations and some speeches. All right, everyone. We're going to invite some people onto court now to give some speeches and the trophy presentation. So could I please ask our Honorary Secretary, Mr. Neil Roberts, to join me on court. Carlos Cornez, our Tournament Director. David Cross, our General Committee Rep. Amanda Uy, our Social Rep. There she is. Lee Beachill, COO of the PSA. Duncan Chu, Chairman of Hong Kong Squash. Affectionately known as the grandmother of squash, Miss Heather Dayton. And could I ask, I'll hand over to Lee for some speeches now, please.
Thank you very much. I think firstly I'd just like to add my congratulations to our two champions, Ali and Siva. They've had incredible weeks, and I know they've entertained you all week, and today they played two magnificent finals, so big congrats to our two champions. On behalf of both PSA and all the players, I'd like to say a massive thank you to David, to Carlos, to the entire squash section, to everyone in the club that's helped put this event together. We turn up, and I said it at the opening ceremony, we turn up and we try and entertain you guys for a week, but this really is a 12 months effort to try and make this work. And you guys have put in an awful amount of work, and we hope everything's paid off, and we hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Of course, these things really just cannot happen without the financial support of the sponsors that you see on this board behind me, the patrons, everyone that's added to this event financially. Thank you so much. This event is so important on the PSA World Tour, and this event really is all about this club and you guys. You guys are really the ones that make these players play so well on court. The atmosphere is fantastic. You come down and support, and honestly, we'll be back year after year as long as you guys will have us. Thank you so much.
And now Heather, if we could have a few words from you as well, please.
Very much. Well, it always gives me great pleasure to stand up and talk about our wonderful game of squash. It's a great passion of mine, and I'm very happy to say that I've been involved in seeing squash in Hong Kong grow over almost half a century now. A long time. And football club have played a major part in how squash has grown to be so successful in Hong Kong and around Asia and in the world. So very big congratulations to all the football club squash people. You are champions. And I also should give my congratulations to the champions, but also to all the players, all the officials, and the referees, especially who sit in the hot seat, but everyone behind making this the most wonderful event, and we look forward to seeing you all back next year. Congratulations, everybody.
And on that note, before we invite the players up, we'd like to give a special award to our referees for this tournament. So if I could please invite Andrea Santamaria and Kelvin Trent to come on support, please. Now, moving on to the players, if Mr. Neil Roberts and Heather could present the awards, please. We'd like to now invite our women's runner-up, Amina Orfi. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome our Hong Kong Football Club Open 2023 Women's Champion, Sivasangari Subramaniam. You're not getting away that easily. Can we have a few words from you as well, please?
First of all, I would like to thank the sponsors, the organizers, event organizers. Carlos, thank you for organizing it. It's been a wonderful week for me. It's my first bronze tournament. I won my first bronze tournament here in HKFC, and I'm just really happy. And I hope to keep this momentum going for next week.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming our men's runner-up, Mr. Eain. And now, one more time, a big round of applause for the Hong Kong Football Club Open 2023 Men's Champion, Abou Eleinen. Ali, a few more words from you, please.
Yeah, thank you for a great week. You know, since the very first day, you guys have been super welcoming, and last year was the same thing, and I'm really looking forward to coming here this year. I want to thank the sponsors for putting on such a great event. It's obviously a relief to win the final, but I'm sure Carl is a lot more relieved. So I've asked him for a ton of things and a ton of questions this week. For me to win this event, it's not just me. There's a big team behind me that's helping me to get here. My family, obviously, to start, and my coaches, Hisham Akhtar, Ahmed Hani, a fitness coach, Walid Musalami, and my sponsors, Strike Sports, 360 Squash, Download Squash, Uber Dogs, and Sports Club. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, and really looking forward to coming back next year.
Now, if we could invite you up to take some pictures, we'll have everyone together first. have the members of the General Committee come down onto court as well. Also, Dave Rundle.